a jumper, but the jumper is going to have a twist, like a knot. Rather than having it in front, I want it to go at the back of the jumper. And I intend to use the Chestnut jumper pattern by Cocowawa. So the challenge today is to go ahead and hack that pattern into, hack the back of the pattern into the jumper that I intend it to be. So follow me on this hack journey and let's get started. By the way, my name is Juliet Uzor of sosonatural.com, and I'll really appreciate it if you took a second to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it to get notified whenever I post a new video.
Butter is the name of a dance we do down Johannesburg way.
I want my jumper to be a bit longer than the original pattern, so I'm going to extend it by 3 inches and add a 1-inch seam allowance just to be safe. So that would be 4-inch extension. Right, so I want the back of my jumper to have a V-neck. I want it to form a V-neck. So I'm going to measure down my back to know where exactly I want my V-neck to start. I know I want it to go above my bra strap, in order not to show my bra. I'm going to go down by 7 inches. 7 inches is there about there. So I'm going to have my V-neck just about there. Okay, so now I need to draw lines to show where my twist is going to happen. My twist is going to happen 1/2 inch below the V of the neck of the back neckline. So I'm just going to put a mark there to show I'll use a better pen so you can see. So that's where my twist is going to start. I am going to have my twists. Wait, let's draw a straight line. I need to have 2 lines along this across the back bodice. I also need to draw another line 1 inch away from the first line. Now that I've drawn these 2 lines, I need to cut them all the way to the side seams. But please do not cut past the side seam, because you're going to open up your pattern from there. So I am going to open up my pattern. You are supposed to open this at about, for smaller busts you'd go for about 1/4 inch to 1/5/8 of an inch. But for a larger bust, I have a larger bust, I'm going for between 2 and 2/3/8. So I'm going to go with 2.5 for mine. No, I need to make sure I have paper beneath it. So here we are. 2.5, right, bang on 2.5. Oops. Yep, 2.5, spot on. And then I'll have this one here opened at 2.5 again. The purpose of opening it up is to have room for the twist, because if you twist it, you will be losing your back fabric. So you need to open it to allow for the twisting to happen. So now I have my twist open, but I feel like there might be a bit of gaping when this happens. So I just need to close here just a tiny little bit. So I am going to draw a line along my V, just, you know, to the armhole. I make it 2 lines. And I'm just ever so slightly closing this in. Just very, very tiny move. Very tiny. And I'm doing the same thing again. Ever so slightly. Because I really, just to pinch it in to make sure that it doesn't gape. The neckline doesn't gape. So this needs to be redone because it isn't a V anymore. There we are. Just going to shave this off. Okay, so back to this here. We're supposed to draw a straight line from one end of the opening to the other, straight line. But you need to have a half an inch, you need to add half an inch there. You need to add 1 centimeter just to allow for the loss of, in front length of the top from the twist. Yeah, so I'm adding, this is actually half an inch. Yeah. No, sorry, it should be 1 centimeter. Let's get my centimeter ruler. Yeah, 1 centimeter is 3/8 of an inch. Yeah, so add 3/8 of an inch. And then curve back to the neckline and center front line. So I'm just gonna use my curved ruler just to curve it in. Same here. Okay, so this is going to get cut on the center, on the fold, this here. This will be cut on the fold, but then this won't be because this will be sewn together. I need to have some seam allowance. So I must add some seam allowance there. Make the most of our paper, right? Because this was supposed to be cut on the fold. So now that we're adding seam allowance there, we need to make sure that it's enough. Oops. I love using half an inch seam allowance, so I'm just going to add half an inch. Ignore the messiness of my paper. Right, so I'm going to carefully find my line there and add my half an inch seam allowance. Just use this pen. Oh, no, it needs to join in with this curve. Yeah, so there we are. That's that seam allowance right there. And then it joins in with the curve there. I don't need to add seam allowance there because it already has. So now I'm going to lay this out on my material, on my fabric, and cut it out. Now it's time. I hope this doesn't go funny on my camera and on your screen. I want the back to, well, the thing is, it's going to be multi-directional because by the time I have a twist, it's just going to go a bit crazy. So the back, I would love the back. I'd love it to have stripes going in that direction, actually. So I'm going to fold this over. Right, so it's folded. I'm going to lay my pattern, but I need to make sure that this part here with the twist is on the center front. Okay, so we have our back piece. Twist and twist. And that's how it's going to work. Twist, twist, sew up, done. Easy. And that's it. That's the neckline. Remember? Neckline. That's the back there. We're going to sew this up here. This would get sewed up. Let me show you what it's looking like so far. So there we have it. So I'm going to make sure that I pin it all the way as far as I can go. So here we have it, my chestnut sweater. I've made it in the lovely fabric, my lovely striped fabric. I really like how how it's multi-directional. You can see I kept this one going in that direction, this one going down, and this going that way, just playing around with the pattern, with the stripes. And there's my back, there's the back of it. Now, this here is, it's come out really lovely because I just love the feel of it. I love the pattern because it's not too snug, it's nice and it's got a light feel to it. I made the sleeves bigger and longer so I could roll it up like this or wear it long. I also didn't go for a round neck. I made it a boat neck style, and the back is my absolute favorite. I was slightly worried about having having a bit of you know, ease at the back of it, because I felt like it could have, like, if I wore this in front, if I wore the back of it in front, it would still look nice, because I feel like here, like, my boobs can fit in there, if that makes sense. And yeah, but I really love the pattern, and I like how it's turned out. Quick one, if you were interested in making this same design with the twist at the back or in front or wherever you want it to be, please remember that if you want the twist to be more pronounced, you need to lower the line. You need to make the line a bit lower, so you'd have more of a big chunky twist. Also, do not forget to mark where you want the V to stop. So, if you would like for me to show you more variation of the twist knot kind of style garments, if you'd like to see more videos, more sew-alongs of how to do that, do let me know in the comment section, and I would endeavour to organise more projects. I actually really do have some fabrics that I plan to make more of these sweaters in, but you know, if anyone's interested, then I will I'll document that and film it and share. But that's it. I will see you very soon in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your day, your week, or your month, whatever it is, or whenever it is you're watching the video, and take care. Bye bye.